You're not fishing. How could you catch fish?
I was fishing for a little while.
Yeah, you fished for like 10 casts. I think this is a redfish. It hit as soon as the... Yeah, get the net. It's under here. Behind your hoodie. It hit as soon as the lure landed in the water. Let's get him up here.
Trying not to wear everything in the shower. Even though
He's a nice one.
Stop. That's how you stop a redfish.
Let's grab this. What we got here? So he's about 22 and a half. They're over there, buddy. 2 casts in a row. Get it out there. Go and cast. Just make it line off that point just a little bit. Nice and gentle. Wow. Okay. This is a trout. Wow. That was a redfish.
That's a big trout.
It's a big one.
You're just catching them like back and forth. Trout, redfish, trout. What are you gonna catch next? I'm gonna let the fish rock away.
About 18 inches. 3 casts in a row. This is a trout again. Just cast out there, and just as your lure hits the water, or you weren't even aimed right, how are you expecting to catch a fish over there? Reel it in and cast where I've been catching these things at. It's a redfish, what that is. A nice one too. Bro, I've caught 5 fish this morning. You've caught 0. You got to put your bait up there right by them rocks. Go ahead. There you go. Close the bail. Oh, he got off. And he was a big one. You got one? Look at there. Whoa! Take your time. Get that bail, get that drag set right. Oh, I can't believe I lost him. I'll be back. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Where's that net? And do I need it?
Yes.
Yep. Take your time, not too crazy.
Alright, now you get out there. This is... It must have been that... It must have been this time... This must be this time of year that they're down here.
I think it is.
There he goes. I casted it out there and did that thing, but then I didn't feel it until I started reeling.
Yeah. Redfish tend to just grab onto it and start pulling instead of really snapping onto it hard. Sometimes they do.
So that's why you gotta set the hook a little bit more, especially once their mouth starts so hard.
Trout will really hit it hard.
Yeah.
And
But they don't fight as hard. Whereas
yeah, that's true.
they just kind of pull away and they fight with that. There we go.
Not bad. Some rocks right there, so beware. Got a fish?
Yeah.
Look at there. Thought you had a rock for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did too. Let me see if I can catch one right there.
You need to cast a little bit farther than one.
I know, I just had a little bit of a bad cast there. That's a trout. Oh no! Pulled it right off his lip. It worked out for him too, didn't it? Yeah?
He just kind of sat there on the ground and I kind of thought it was just walking along the ground when it was a fish.
Is that a little redfish?
Trout.
Oh, it's a trout?
No, it's a redfish.
Ooh, I got one too. Ah, he's gonna be a redfish too. Look at that. Oh! Come on, Haas. Please don't get off this time.
Grab it. You got a grabby.
Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Nice redfish. That is a redfish, don't you? In it?
Yeah, it is. I noticed that right after I said it, basically. So,
Get him off and get this net for me, bud.
I can get it off. Yeah, look all the way to the bottom. There we go.
I'm gonna put him back out. How long is he? 17? Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put him back out. Got this net for me? I got a big one. I think he's over the slot.
Like mine, except probably bigger.
Hopefully I can keep him on here.
He's just sitting there. Yeah, I think he's gonna be bigger than mine. A bit bigger than mine. I think we're drifting.
Looks like we are. We shouldn't be. Tide's barely pulling. All right, I'm gonna try to keep him up. Got him.
Yep.
He's a definite over slaughter.
This is like a bull red right here.
It's not a bull.
It's close to it. Close to the size.
Pick your pole up for me, please. Get it out of the way.
It's down here so that way I can get back out there and catch him.
He's on, huh? You about put the bait on the rock there. That's where he were. Ooh.
Redfish? Yes, a redfish.
Oh, I'm getting hit. Looks like you can swing him in.
I don't like this kind of redfish.
You don't?
No. Really heavy.
Get to scooping then.
I gotta go like this.
Oh, you're gonna lip him.
I'm gonna lift him up and grab it.
I see.
That's what I did with my other small one. Just grab him out of the water.
16 and a half.
He goes back in.
All right, next one's for me here, buddy. Yep, he's on.
I was just about to say I'm gonna wait for you to catch one before I catch one later. And what happens if that one is flat? What if we double up?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if we were going to catch any redfish at all on this trip. And we've caught almost all. Well, we've caught probably 5 trout, but we are slaying these guys. Oh, he's off. Did he snap the line?
I don't think so. It sounded like a snap, though. I don't think so.
Get back out there and get him. I'm going to scoop him up in the net. him back. He's on. I saw a swirl back there before I ever cast.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not a very big one. It's a pretty one though. Got a blue tail on him. A very nice blue tail. It's really shallow out there towards that tree. I think that's why they're sitting there tight against those rocks, because it's just a little bit deeper there. And their backs would be hanging out of the water over there. Ooh. Biggie Bob. No, it's not too big. I think the line was wrapped around him weird. Yeah. Yeah, he must have just cast too close to the rocks. But you gotta be on the rocks, don't you? Pretty much. Get on in here, little guy. Can't be more than 1.5 feet deep there. I mean, they are right there on the shore. That's the trout again, I believe. It's a very small redfish.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I caught a small redfish.
Grow up a little bit, buddy. There's a little pocket in there. Probably ain't 4 foot square where they're sitting at. There he is. This one's a little bigger. And a lot faster. Net, Hoss. Can you take one hand off or not? Right beside you. Thank you, buddy. You didn't wrap yourself up, buddy. The one that got off a second ago was bigger than this one. I'll have to catch him again.
I have one question.
What's that?
Do you have this?
Here, let me help you. Nope. Got him?
Got one.
Oh,
I thought I had a bad cast.
that was a bad cast, but you just happened to catch a fish on it, so
I thought I got caught for a
can't argue with that.
Because you got caught multiple times around that area.
That was a terrible cast, but you just happened to catch a fish. Let's just be honest. No, it's not a trout. I don't know if there's any more trout in there right now. Use a 3/16 ounce head, not a, yeah, use a little smaller one. Oh, this fish has a lot of spots on him. It's getting tangled up in your line. Here. All right. Out here December 28th, 2020, doing a little fishing out here below Beaufort, South Carolina, and catching a lot of redfish right now. We're using Z-Man, mostly swimming trout tricks, just a variety of colors. But these redfish are definitely in their winter pattern. We're right at low tide right now, and they're sitting against these rocks here just as tight as they can to the rocks. Most of this water up here goes from nothing down to probably 1.5 feet out here at the edge of the rocks, and they're being extremely particular about where they're sitting at. There's about a 4 foot by 4 foot hole up in there where it's just a little bit deeper, and if you can get your lure up there, they're going to be on it. Probably caught 20 or so in the last hour, and lost a good number of them as well. So we're having a good time. All right, let me see if I can put this lure right where I need it at. Right there. And he's on. Just like that. That's where they're sitting at. You can get your cast to sit in that spot, you're going to catch a fish right now. This is a fairly small one. I like when they remove the hooks for me. You got it. These are a little smaller though. Earlier we're catching over slot. The last 10 or so, most of them have been around probably 16 inches.
Yeah, this is a good chance to try one of these. Purple ones.
Yeah. Do it.
Is it like that blue glimmer or they should like these?
Not necessarily. The blue glimmer is a light color. That's a dark color. This feels like a trout, wet shaking around.
Well, come here.
Yeah, so that's basically low tide. We need to head out of here. There's still fishing here, but we need to get some oysters before we head back. It's always one more cast when you're catching them, isn't it? Yeah. No, we need to stop and get oysters on the way to the other fishing hole. Get ready to throw that anchor up there. Ooh, it's soft, isn't it?
Just got buried.
We're out here today and doing a bunch of fishing. Mauled the redfish this morning, and now we're going to grab some oysters. Right now we pulled up on this bank here, and a lot of these oysters have already been picked over on the higher ground here, but along the water here there's a lot of good ones yet, and so we're going to go ahead and see what we can find. You definitely need a hammer, mud boots, and some gloves to protect your hands. It's a pretty oyster right there. It's really long, pretty wide, and even that one's a pretty nice oyster, but this one here is going to be a mouthful. Try not to get on your pants there, buddy. Yeah, if you get the back of that hammer claw in there and twist it, you can separate a lot of them. Come out here where it's open. There you go. Uh-oh. You didn't open one right up, didn't you? All right.
Get this on. I'm gonna get it jammed in there so I can get this big one off.
If you hold the oyster you want to save with your left hand, and with the hammer you can bop off the other oysters. So hold the one that you want to save with your left hand. The gloves are way too big for anybody.
Yeah.
Be careful, I don't know, you're gonna hit your hand.
I might be able to crack these off.
All right, we just finished getting the amount we're going to get today. Got enough to take home, share some with some friends. Pretty hard work out here, I ain't gonna lie about it. Nasty, muddy, but when you sit down and start eating these things, it's well worth it. Love a good mess of oysters. All right, that does it. We're back off the water. Had a really good day today. We caught probably over 25 redfish and around 15 trout. Got a bunch of oysters. Now we're good and hungry and headed back home.